Okay. What is going on, YouTube? Year One Blink here, back with another new video today. We're gonna be looking at some lore. This is just kind of a chillax video. We're gonna look at all the lore heading up to what just got announced. That's the reveal of the Lightfall coming in August, around the end, I believe. August 20 something, I forgot. Or let me see. Have it on my YouTube. August 23rd, Lightfall will be. They'll show the first ever videos of Lightfall. So I decided we could do some lore right now. Look into some lore. Just have a little chillax because you guys always see me wrecking at Crucible. I got Crucible videos coming soon. Don't worry. But anyways, yeah. If you guys enjoyed these videos, please make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the content. Alright, so what are all these? This is not lore. Where's the lore? Triumphs? Oh, lore's right here, okay. So we got all these books, right? Is this where we're at now? I haven't done none of this or what? Oh, 0. But yeah, there's some crazy. Okay, this is about the pyramid, okay. Man of Science. So this was like the beginning. We got the Cade saga. Remember, we gotta remember Cade. Ghost stories. Most loyal was Fallen era, looks like. Letters from Renegade. Oh, so the last word lore here. Dawning lore. The red box. I want to look into the 9 right now and see if they have anything to do. I know they probably don't have nothing to do with the pyramid ships, but is that him? Lavina whispers, oh yes, nobody does, unnervingly, bewildered like our boy Zur. The Titan points down into the shadows of the tower hangar, where a cloaked figure hunches over nothing, as if it ran as if run through by an invisible spear. He comes here to trade. We don't let him in, but we don't stop him either. That's crazy. Why don't we stop him? Lavinia, as afraid of success as she is a failure, shivers through a thrill of nerves. Zur, she corrects the Titan, and feeling like the pendant, sorry, Cryptarch habit. Right, Zur. That's what I said. The Titan shrugs. I like the old stuff too. Cryptarch, go ask your question. Lavinia's mother told her that one day of her birth, a witch pronounced her lucky. She will have to trust luck now. She descends to the hangar floor and walks determinedly up to the thing, and it does not even lift its hood to look. Zur, she says, unsure what to do with his hands. The Cryptarch Lavinia Garcia Twelve, I've chosen to study the 9 as all fools do, her master told her. I want to ask you a question. You have no need of it. The voice hidden in the squirming faces, a man's low and gruesomely clear. He sounds, Lavinia thinks, as if she's trying to very earnestly and very hard to be understood, but I will give it to you. She has practiced this question, clung it to her anchor when she drifted away. The master and friends, we salvage information from the ghost on Venus in the Ishtar sink and describe the artifact found by the Golden Age ancestors, the copper box painted red, lightly damaged, full of dust. Individual motes of dust we found engraved maps of the rocky worlds, Mars, Earth, Venus, and other planets. Maybe Earth-like planet in the galaxy. Zur lifts his grasping face. She sees almost human curiosity, but stretched over the rack of the alien shape. Provisionally superstructure cobbled together to make man-like form, ever on the verge of failure. Planets, it says, my motions in large part depend upon their configuration. That's kind of crazy. She doesn't shred her much. My colleagues say the artifact came from the Vex as warning they will exist whenever we go, but I think that she shallows. I think it's from the Nine. Did the box of dust come from the Nine, Zer? Zer's golden eyes shine at her. I am here for a reason. Think about it. He has golden eyes. Lightfall. It's golden. That's your Zer's golden eyes. I am here for a reason. He says, I cannot remember. The dust has changed. The dust is precious. Yes, did the Nine send us dust? Why is the dust precious, Zer? Why dust at all? Why not letter or a clay tablet or anything clear? Blood, Zer says. It makes a sound like a cough. The blood is transformed. The wish is granted. The dust is conglomerated. It can't be Vex who sent it, she insists, as if Zer's stubborn Cryptarch won't listen. Lavinia must stop babbling. The Vex use matter as the substrate for computation and not a medium to communicate. How is it that the Nine can map the mass of every rock planet in the galaxy but not send us a message on the radio? Why Venus? Why dust? Much of us dust was once self, Zer says. So basically what Zer's saying is that we turn to dust when we die. Zer says, cough loudly. This is dust was once of the Nine. It conglomerate, it was forever changed. That harsh percussive cough again. Dust, dust, one dust to another. The Nine are flesh of dust. Lavinia realizes that the agent of the Nine is laughing. That's crazy. Let's see. I'm kind of into this now. The archives are silent. The staff have gone home for the dawning festivities. And the only Digent City frames move through the stacks now. Intricating disorders, serenaded in soft susurrus by the wind of turbulence. Cleaners sweeping off the quartz storage plates in their case of the relic iron. Lavinia imagines that the frames are possessed by ghosts of the nameless librarians from the Nineveh, ancient Mesopotamian souls ready to plug the intruder's eyes. Are there any librarian gods? Can't guardians turn invisible sometimes? Maybe one's right behind her, and it's the ghost covered in the eyes of the library intruders. This spooks her so badly, she nearly falls off like a catwalk. She bites her tongue instead and rearranges her aching legs and keys in another search. She's already sifted through the hours of the tower. Audio records of the extract keywords of the Zer's babble. Now she just needs to follow the spoor back to the beast. Remote archive database text only search initialized. Welcome user Snowstring Ref. Please enter search query 999 dust planetary alignment. Results: Shimizu at all significant anomalies in dark matter detections cannot be explained by interactions of gravitational focusing bodies. Journal of Post-Collapse Cosmological Recovery, Volume 99, Number 1012. Gonzalez Hari 4, Mawingi, and the anomalies in the dark matter detections as functional of the topological T-genic complexities in the orbital dynamics. Journal of the Post-Collapse Cosmological Recovery, Volume 99, Number 1014. That was kind of hard to read. Shimizu, a massive anomalies in the dark matter detections cannot be explained without telenomic models and CDM, efflux, self-interaction, journal post-apocalypse, cosmological recovery, volume 99, number 115, or 112. 2015. Gonzalez horrified cold dark matter and entropy as a telenomic result of the scale very coupling between the mass and dark stellar when journal. Hold on, guys. Recovery. We are? You guys are? I need a fork and ketchup. No, you're staying in. You let him come? Go. All right. Now we're back. We're gonna go a little bit farther. There's 9 of them, so we have to go into all 9. Shimizu not overlapping the majestic interference of the pattern role, the seizure necessity reemployment. New city thoughts. You guys can read that. New politics, red. New thoughts in post-red politics. Talking about the Red War. Lakshmi and Hari 5, the cognitive insight incursions cause Fantasis exo reset syndrome and case study, unpublished archive material, personal collection. More results, strange, very strange, full of reference to the dark matter wind blowing through the solar system. A fact of galactic weather which every school child learns to never think about again. Something brushes across the scalp. Lavinia jerks up the screen in one bit for a scream when sensor might barely a glitter of dark tumbles past the air currents. It will come after her body heat and identifies her. Then her master will give the writing of ethnographic studies of the deep sewer graffiti. Hastily, she keys in her next search thing. Come on, Lucky Lavina, she whispers. Though she hates my name. 999 Red Legion Gaul attack. You see, I was on the Red War. I knew I was about. On the city, undetected, unforeseen, no warning why. So 9 are like basically watching everyone. They're like the watchers. Results. Conscious Committee on the Invasion Occupation of the City. Final report, Chapter 13, Red Legion Warfighting Doctrine. A problem of the Strategic Surprise Free document. The annex of the final report, Failures of the City and the City Allies, early warning of the intelligence systems, unpublished and redacted document sensitive to the city security. The CIOC annex to the final report, the culture permissive espionage of the openness of the tower, faction agents, and the unknown vendor entities. Unpublished and redacted document sensitive to the city security. Shimizu has an unexplained CDM of self-interaction immediately before the Red Legion invasion of the city. Coincidence or proposal interference. Rejected manuscript Shimizu in the academic store. More results. Why rejected? Unexplained CDM self-interaction immediately before the rejection letter. Reviewers concur that the paper does not provide the mechanism by which cold dark matter could interact with the city sensors. Military experts attribute the Red Legion's stealthy approach to electronic deception by the Scion operatives. This is crazy, bro. What is going on right now? Basically, what they're saying is that us regular humans and like guardians cannot see this dark matter or what? It's like the real world, like they're trying to find dark matter in the real world as well. And we can't see it, they say. So I guess real world and video games kind of correlate. That's pretty crazy. Alright. Lavina freezes. Something tiny legs is scurrying around the rim of her ear. She tries to get her hand up and very slowly, but it's too late. A little sensor mite is crawling inside. It buzzes and Buzz makes a tiny voice. Miss Garcia, well, Master Rule says, could we have a word of your choices, please? Man, this is pretty long. How long is... We're on the third one, right? Okay. This one has 12. These ones aren't as long, though, it doesn't look like, so that's good. We'll be going into that. Oh. I just wanted to know about these... They are waiting for Lavina in the courtyard in the ruined tower. Although they do not strike, she holds the object in her hand. A Titan monarchy with red pins to her ground in the hunter gun barrel as wide as the moon cuffs her. As wide as the moon cuffs her and calls her looter. Okay, so basically, she's crazy. Rahul has watched on this one. The Titan remarks, consulting her. Black-tipped ghost says it's for her own protection. The hunter hisses and flinches back. She got a bone. Get it off her enough. The new voice is strange, Lavina, but the power in it can only be a core raise. We will never touch a mortal human in anger again. That is not our purpose. Thunder booms and something detonate nearby. Lavina ears pop. She gets the sense that voluntary or otherwise the new monarchy guardians have vanished. Lavina tries to stand up for her vertigo and cuffs her pitch sideways and lands hard on her hip. Master Ray, she grasps. I'm sorry, I should have followed a... Lavina, Cora's cold free tooth to fear in it. Open your left eye. There's a bone in your hand, a long chunk of jaw. The white protruding tooth is warm and comforting and solid. She clutches it protectively, the key and egg tooth that will crack open the mystery of the nine. Put her back in the master's good graces to save her from the probation Rahul dropped and hauled her out of the archives. With an effort of that makes her shout out loud. She opens her fist and drops the Amakara bone. Ray makes it fly away. You weren't after the bone, it was after you. Did you make a wish, Lavina? Did you ask about the nine? She tries to explain that she didn't, that the only wanted to track the bone back to the source, Venus hopefully, and learn why the nine needed the Amakara. Why do you think the nine needed Amakara? She asked dangerously. To make wishes, Lavina pants. Sir didn't appear at the tower until the end of the great Amakara hunt, whatever they used to get it from the Amakara. She leaves it unsaid. Maybe the nine are now getting it from the Guardians. Ikora rubs her brow. I can't stop you, but if you keep looking, I will protect you from the consequences. Help me, Lavina begs. There's something here, something that connects everything. The trials, and the Amakara, and the Guardians, and the Nine. There are things that our conscious knows about Gaul's attack, things that they haven't told us. Ikora Ray puts up the finger. Lavina shuts up. Choose. Are you going back to school? And let me pretend you were never here. Or do I have to report you to the theft of Amakara Bone? Lavina takes a deep breath. I'm sorry, she says. I have to keep going. I'll try my luck. The tribunal's verdict is unanimous. Lavina 12 has trespassed against her oath to guard the common welfare of humanity. She will never set foot in the city again. That's crazy. Reef is punch drunk. Lavina thinks that Lost Driven has awoken in the state of the collective. Endless light up the purple sky. People leap off the world and drift away into the artificial atmosphere, to be collected protestingly usingly by the skiff load. Fina Wallflower here, forever on the edge of things. She gets the pangs of homesickness, and every night she tells herself that the reef is the right place to begin her journey home. This meeting, the right now, might be the first step. Much mourning, the fallen had the murmurs and eyes of the murdered barracks. Sorry about this, guys. I got hungry. Alright. From the murder Varric's missing. Spider hires his friends and will stay on the guard. Master Rahul, you come in, make yourself into the home. I will bring the nitrogen, tea, and records. So basically, we're going to make this video about the 9. I'll go into the next part on the next video. Thank you, Lavina wants to laugh. Maybe cry at the metro. The malapropism. If only she could make herself into a home, but it'll be right to the end. She will find the 9, bring the truth home, and earn forgiveness. The fallen returns with the tea of devices. Watch, record them from the prison of elders. Master Ives fascinated by it. She sees Skolas, fallen kills, waiting to die by combat. Right, that's crazy. His huge horned armor lags his motions like a wary companion to mimic everything he does. The servitor pumps ether into him. Lavina wonders what would happen if she took the ether. Would she feel clear, coolly determined? Would she turn into a huge Lavina? Would she stop missing her home? Marilla's Skola's mouth was not made for that name. Mara, do you hear? The Queen of the Reef sentenced him to the fate of the fallen. Lavina's companion sigh. To strive and struggle and fail, but was lost already. His mind broke the citadel where he saw into time. Skolas blows white vapor, frost crackles on the mast. You gifted me to the 9, and they sent me back. People think you're a fool, that you made an error releasing me, led you people to die on my blade, as I led my people to die on yours. Lavina's translator murmurs along with the kill's words. The 9's agent never told me why he released me. Now I know. You know also, I think, both of us require the Guardians, and the 9 do not understand life and death. So they sent me back to you. Make the Guardians come. They do not comprehend the harm. I do not comprehend them either. I traveled among the Jovians for the years in their dominion, but I do not know the 9. You, Marasov, you are the only one who bargains with them. You are the only one who foresees the role of the game. You keep successes and secrets. The world only knows your mistake. No, I wonder I underestimated you. No wonder I underestimated you. He hefts the scorch cannon, and jailers have given him. Lavina thinks of the Tool's house, once favored shuttle loom. I saw the shape of the 9 on Venus. in a place that was precious to them, where we wishes could transfigure their flesh. I saw that they were bound to the star in these worlds. You were kind way. You were kind in that way. You and the nine, not I. I will be glad to leave this world, Marasov. I'm tired of being a pawn. Skolos lays is huge. That's basically Skolos talking right there. That's crazy. Skolos lays his huge horned head back against the cell wall. Lavina, watching, spills her tea in excitement. They want to help us, she whispers. They're from our planets. They want to help. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm clumsy. She leans down to mop up the spilled tea, and flashbang grenade detonates in her face. The next thing she knows, the Woken officer is sentencing her under martial law to life in prison for espionage. Lavina, fumbling for any sign for her good luck, is glad to see the fallen go free. Dude, that's kind of insane. Alright, quick 2-minute break. Alright. Sorry guys, I had to finish my breakfast real quick. Sorry I'm so ghetto. But you know what? That makes me real. Lavina is shocked to find her. She prefers the CIC of the Woken warship in the safety prison cell. She was terrified of the Cabal during the occupation, and now she is going to battle against them, but she is not afraid. This is exciting, she whispers to the royal guard at her side. And she plummets her stern fist forward to the cabal Leviathan. Don't you think? The royal guard's jaw twitches, either to sub-vocalizing in code or chewing their tongue off before the insults of the paladin Kamala Rior's honored guest. 3 minutes, then the closest approach to flight dynamics officer calls. INCO, target emission status. The Leviathan is emulating us with targeting sensors, no change. The paladin Rior pulls Lavina off the nook. Miss Irma Tawwell, please come and observe instruments with me. Do you do this a lot? Lavina wants to impress Paladin Rior, who sprung her from the jail because, in her words, every brain in the reef is busy thinking about one problem. So I don't need your brain for another. Lavina doesn't want to let her down, step on the tiger's tail with these flybys. Shows the force of Kamala corrects her. We need Kallus to believe that we prepared to meet his ship with our own fleet, and we can investigate other mysteries along the way. I like your theory about the 9, then all better here for now. This device is requested. Please observe. Kamala shows a pane of black glass emulated by a vein of purple fuzz that sweeps left to right. Lavina touches all. That's dark matter. Oh, it's like purple fuzz, okay. Correct. Every schoolchild knows the most mass in the universe is dark matter. But it is nothing more than mass, and it never forms structures smaller than a galactic halo. Dark matter has no charge, passes through itself, and neither gathers into clumps, and has no chemistry. It is only ever dust. If you're right, Kamala draws in the breath in any moment. Dry field error. Flight officers call minor perturbation on the leading edge. We are encountering unexpected mass groups. No corresponding lidar contacts. The black screen dark matter detector explodes in frenzied purple-white shapes like webs of spiders locked into the sensory deprivation for million and billion years. Thick cords of shadowed stuff that twine through the strangling arms, which branch again into thousands of tiny fingers that pierce straight through the cabal of Leviathan. Oh my, Lavina breathes. The dark matter we're passing through, correct? And this is unusual. This is the level of structure. Miss Twalk says, a single molecule of dark matter will be unusual. This is blasphemous. This is impossibility. Now, Lavina thinks this is the 9. They're looking at Kallus. They're reaching out. These are their hands. We should have thought to use sensors earlier, Kamala muses. Our queen invented assist navigation when we're losing ships near Rhea. The Phaeton black scatter scan, very clever. Everything she did makes sense. Eventually she was so far sighted no one ever bargain with the 9 as the equal they did. No one will ever know what good she did for them, the Queen of Secrets. I have contact with the city. Lavina fumbles for some way to get the capture screen, the picture of the 9, but she doesn't have her tablet. I found them. About that. Rior's armored hand falls and shoulder Queen's adept forbits, disclosing the reef's knowledge of the 9 without regal clearance. So thank you for your assistance, Miss Twally. Take her back to the cell. If anyone calls her Lucky Lavina again, she thinks she might shoot them. Alright, we're on 6, 7. The scout missiles detonate less than 100,000 kilometers away from the Koikus. The pinprick antimatter annihilation that energizes thousands of bomb-pumped lasers to spike a void with light. One of those beams strikes the Corsair ships, pierces the stealth system, and reflects. They are discovered. Lavina Corsair radios undetected. I have run. That wasn't the deal, Lavina shouts, pacing the front, humming portal. You break me out, you bring me here, you carry my findings in the city. Another 10 minutes. No time, roll guard coming. You shouldn't have paid advance prep, Tark. The channel The channel disintegrates. Oh yeah, the channel disintegrates into digital static as Corsair ship accelerates away. Lavina swears the beats her suited fist against her helmet. She's trapped in the coitus. The last time the Awoken trapped anyone in there, those poor souls were utterly insane, doomed into the dead orbit ship Sophia called into the place of A113 and the incident catalog number. They had no idea the gates aboard, once a Golden Age experience, had been captured in the hive deity Crota. Those gates had consumed them all. Now Crota's gone. Lavina was gambled everything, and the portals have fallen into the hands of the armor car that make the unreal. Kala's ship is surrounded by a halo of unreal dark matter, like a ring of probing hands. Guardians can manipulate reality itself. There is a pattern here, a story that leads to coitus, to what these gates might do. Logs. She pages frantically through the observations left in the Woken centuries, once stationed here. Coitus was abandoned when the Red Legion attacked the defenses and scavenged the reinforced Vesta. When they came back, what did you see? Event 1, time portal 3 emitted hydrogen nucleus over 72 hours. The emergence developed by a diamatic hydrogen of nitrogen, carbon, oxygen, water, and simple organic molecules. At 80-hour, a pellet of thick black hydrocarbon tar until 823415. The gate emitted containing a complex of monomers and polymers. Come on, Lavina barks, paging ahead. Come on, damn you. Give me something real. Give me the 9. Event 1 time 5240311. Portal 3 emitted living organism. Death was immediate. Autopsy team reports spherical body, radius 1.1 meters. Surface of hydrocarbon and tar, deep, evenly spaced throats. Coverage in the central cavity, perhaps intended to serve as lung and stomach. The body consists of undifferent tissues of primitive cells. A basic spasm reflex forces air down their throats. Without enzymes and catalyzed metabolism, the organism could not survive. Cell death occurred instantly throughout the mass. There was no provisions to self-repair or reproduction. Lavina reads this again and, horrified, fascinated. Something on the far side of the gate is learning to assemble atoms, molecules, and even haphazard life. Something from the world of darkness and dust, probing its way to the structures in existence, trying to cobble together a message from the emissary body. The 9 are on the far side of the gate. She's sure of it. She's found them. But to meet the 9 directly, would that be madness? Would there be any return? Would she ever see the city again? I met them. She's come too far for her truth. Alarm sounds in her helmet. Incoming transmit. The suit warns. Incoming transmit. Radio barks at her stern as the Cora Ray Cryptarch Lavinia Garcia Armor Towal, its paladin Rior. You stand in violation of the Queen's laws. Surrender yourself and you will be treated fairly. Lavina stares into the yawning gate. Beyond it lies a realm of the utter darkness, desolation, and place of nothing exists except most alien forms. To go there would be suicide. She would die like a poor, horrible creature. Utter darkness and dissolution. They're talking about where the 9 are from. Lavina stares into the yawning gate. Beyond it lies a realm of utter darkness and dissolution, a place where nothing exists except the most alien forms. To go there would be suicide. She would be like the poor, terrible creature, but what lies behind her? Failure, surrender, shame, a life in a cell. Lucky, Lavina says, and leaps through. You want our source, primal cause? We are the shadows of the world's mass. Old dark dust, ever gravity flowing, intelligence whirled round each world's core, 9 hourglass. Pinches in galactic wind. Too large to see, too small to miss. Our mass binds, your matter frees. Our philosophy S lay divided. We try to guard the nurture you. We cherish you as shadows cherish flames. Watching your swift bright lights flicker, die sustained patterns thought, but distant, unreachable. Beyond what we are, or what we were, the answer lies in severing two sides, a single coin. Alliance and contact, solitude and silence. You understand our fates are intertwined. For you see the entropy we sustain, but the decay is decay, is decay. The colossal fragility and the complex fury. Tongueless, we try to speak. There must be another way. You must become more than we are. Always together, never touching. Dependence, as death faded. I am, 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 I. At first, this is the loop of the dust can calculate. This is the hardest thing the universe for dust to make a loop at all, because like the gust of wind, the river, it was only meant to move away one way for the mind of the function. At the end of one thought must alter the beginning of the next. So like rivers, like wind, 9 could have minds until they could make loops. Reading Garcia 12 comprehends the 9. They were already ancient when the first human beings named themselves. Their flesh was older than stars. Their dark dust wind that blows through the galaxy, pinched by the gravity of soul. There you go. Catch up.
Okay, your plate.
You can get.
Come here. Here's.
Alright, sorry about that. Their soul. Alright. They pinched by gravity by soul plans drawn into their cores, exhaled again. These were the 9. And time loops did form, great arcs of unbound dust collapsed and back into their sources create circuits of shadow. The thickening, thinning of the circuits were the first thoughts of the 9. They were dwelt in the massive indifferences, unborn primordial gods. There was no force among them except gravity, no structure except distribution of mass. Their hearts were in the cores of worlds, but the farthest streams faded out into their turn of the galaxy. They were the fountains of alkalis, the night before chaos. But life arose at the heart of the nine, tiny complicated motions of the ecosystem, metabolisms, computations, and the life left mass shadows wind of the nine. Plucking at them like harp strings from these trembles of the structure, the nine learned to seed enormous resonating waves, thoughts faster than the world. The nine awoke, and in time they understood that they were fragile as they were mighty. For if the life seated at their thoughts they ever passed away, they too would vanish. They had no eyes to catch light, they had no ears to hear, yet they turned their wills upon the alien world of matter, and strove, learned for new, they had to protect their hearts to die. With horror revelation so absolute that it would drive her mad if she still had sanity to lose, Lavrina understands where the nine have always been. They are within everyone, every system, every living, moving thing, trillions of pentrillions of slim dark matter tentacles plunge through our bodies, drinking up the complexity of our lives and thoughts. We are all pinch salutes impelled by the twitchings of infinitely long spider legs.
Well, if you buy me that goddamn stuff to put my brick caps on, then I get the
Came now to the traveler. So this is the last one, the witch. That was the nine. Figured out about the nine. So red box, stacks, the bone, the kill, Leviathan. They basically, this is going inside. This is like talking to them, and this is like figuring out who they are. Came now, traveler, and with it we strange hope for the traveler's light, and had the power to cause causation. If the nine had the light, they could see their own minds, free themselves from the dependence of matter life. They could gain forces beyond gravity to structure themselves, and so become more wraiths of dark dust. They could enter the mad alien superworld of the chemical reality. So they turned to this new hope. We are divided. Come to me. Voices call Lavina. Although there is nowhere, nothing to be, emptiness in the absence of anything, Lavina without emotion now exists in the structure of dark dust and sandstorm blowing against itself. Come, the voice calls. I am Niza. You are not safe. Come with me. Not safe. No, of course she is not safe, because there are factions among the nine. One faction sent Zur, Orin, to study Guardians, and the Light to seek secret effect without cause to protect Source in the secret. The last Source, now the Amakara are gone. Those five played alchemy, coitus, gates, turning dark dust into the energy, into matter. But they could not unlock these secrets of our mad existence. They need ambassadors, go-betweens. The other faction walks a different path. The path folds needles, slip through space-time itself. The essential syringes yielding new spaces to be remade at the ninth desire. They gather enough dark dust in one place to form a black hole, and found it difficult. So this is where eternity is. They gathered enough dark dust in one place to form a black hole, and found it difficult. When the mass collapses in gravity's fist, the dust passes through itself and scatters. Reminds me of eternity for sure, or when you go flawless in Trials of the Nine. But not difficult, not impossible. There is far more dark matter in the universe than bright. They will find a way to make new worlds of it. They will end their dependence on life and on light of the Guardians, which the falling veil will soon snuff out forever. In passing, Lavina sees the entire story of the Queen's interactions with the Nine. So this was like the Witch Queen right here. More anyone suspected, that more vital. She sees now the 9 blinded Guardians and Gauls to approach, risking everything. For Gaul could have destroyed the sun, and the 9 with it. Learn how to still the light. She sees how that one was punished. Come, Neza calls urgently. Come with me. Come quickly, before something dark and hypodermic pierces the void beneath Lavarnia, slurps her down. It slurps her down, pulls her through the probasis, so tiny that it breaks her apart into the stream of particles. One after another, she annihilated and reborn somewhere, somewhen, and made into flesh again, shaking and dripping fierce sweat, mewling like a little baby. Her cheek presses against the warm wooden floor. There's a fireplace of fire in it. Strong wind outside that sucks out the flames. The clever-looking old lady at the desk looks up and says, "Lavina, you made it." Lavina gasps, "What?" She smiles at Lavina's confusion and the sweetest grin she's ever heard. "Don't be afraid. You've come to exactly the right place." "Where?" "Someplace where you're appreciated, where we can really use everything you've learned." The old lady pours a thin stream of tea into the cup of bone. "I didn't tell you that you were lucky back when you were born." That's crazy. So it like all restarts over or what? Alright guys. Can we go into this? The next video we're gonna go into the darkness and the pyramid ships. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure you subscribe. Sorry about the quality, but that was about the 9. Have a good one, everyone.